Hello, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're gonna install this Footwell ambient lights on our RAV4. Come on, let's begin. Alright, so again, these are the Footwell ambient light from Cartrimhome. They're like $20 right now at the time of recording. So if you want to purchase them, I'll put the link in the description below. You can use my discount code FG7P to save 7% off your purchase. So this particular kit in here, this is a plug and play version of this Footwell ambient lights, and this glows blue. There's another version that is DIY version of this one. So basically, if you want just to connect it to something that got 12 volts, again, that's up to you. Again, that's a DIY kit. So yeah, so this is the plug and play version. Again, very easy to install. So let me show you how easy it is to install. Basically, the wiring on this one basically is plug and play. This will piggyback to one of our switches. So in my case, I will piggyback on my auto headlight high beam. So this is the piggyback harness basically. And there's two wires in here that connects to the actual light. So this two connects to the actual light. So again, no splicing needed on this one, as just a straight plug and play, because some models actually they come with the provision, the wiring for the ambient light, and all you need to do is plug in a light. Some of them, like mine, I don't have the provision on mine, so I can use this particular wiring and just connect it to the auto high beam switch on my RAV4. So come on, let's begin. Let me show you where we're gonna access, okay? All right, so we need to remove this panel so that we can have access on the switch, which will be the auto high beam switch. So for this one, the correct way on doing this is you need to remove this kick panel in here, okay? This cover, this plastic cover, and there will be a screw at the bottom, a plastic screw, plastic nut to remove. I'll show you basically how to do that in a moment. But the way I do this, usually, if I just need to access the switch, I actually just pull this one out and let it hang. So if you want to do that way, it's up to you. But on this particular install, we're gonna need to access the panel at the bottom. So if you want to start doing that, you can do so. But the way I'm gonna do this is I'm just going to pull this, okay? And we'll have access to the switch that we need. So in my case, it is the second one. So I just need to unclip this. Okay, simply unclip it. And then you can clip your harness. All right, so clipping this in, very easy. Basically, the harness that you remove, you just need to plug it in to the new harness. Make sure you hear that click to make sure it is secured. And then you connect the other side on the main switch. So basically, the power that goes to this one feeds this Footwell ambient light. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna route down the cable. So next, what we need to do is we're going to route this the bottom, okay? But what I'm gonna do basically is I will remove this kick panel and I'll show you how we do that, right? All right, so this is the nut that I'm talking about that we need to remove so that we can remove this kick panel in here. And let's just start removing this. All right, so just keep this on a safe place. All right, so next we need to remove this. Okay, just pull this out and we'll have access or we can remove this completely. So there will be some clips in here. Just be careful on removing that. Okay. Okay, so there you go. So we remove that, and I believe we need to remove some screws in here. So if you want to remove this panel in here where the switch are, you can remove that 10mm screw in there, but we're not gonna do that. All we're gonna need to do is unscrew. There's some Phillip head in here. All right, so there will be 3 Phillip head screws. So there will be 1, 2, and 3. All right. All right, so all we need to do is unclip this panel in here. So there's some clips that needs to be unclipped so that this will drop where we need it to be dropped. So I believe the footwell thingy will be in here. So I'm not sure. I see this one too. I'm not sure which one, which location really it goes. So we'll see. All right. So now we got the light here. I'm gonna try to position it here. So facing down, you're just gonna try it. I think it goes here. Let's just clip it in. There you go. So make sure it clips in. And for the wiring, all we need to do basically for the wiring is just wire it up and use some cable ties to make sure that there will be no wires dangling around your foot. So before I wire this, I'm going to test it. Plugging this in right, there you go. So facing up, it clips in. So we're gonna test it. Let me turn off my camera lights and we're gonna test it. All right, so camera lights is off. Now we're just gonna try if it will turn on. There you go. So all I did is turn on my stop to turn on my headlight or the driving light. So turning it off, now turning it on. So nice. So I like it. So for those who got the other lights, like the dash lights, you can actually connect this. If you got the DIY version, you can connect this to the dash lights and it will have its own switch. So if you want it that way. But for me, I like it plug and play with the auto headlight because basically it has its own power. So if I want my dash lights off, I can turn them off with leaving the footwell light on. That's nice. So basically just do the same thing on the other side. All right, so the one here in the passenger side, this will be easier to remove. There will be like 4 clips that you need to press on and pull it at the same time. There you go. There you go. So just pull this one out, and the other light, we need to put it in here. But what we're gonna do first is we're going to feed our wire puller in here so that we can pull up the cable that powers the light. Okay, so this one, we're gonna try our luck and just straight through. We may need to remove the kick panel on the other side there so that we'll have better access. So right now I was able to push this in here so it's touching the panel. So we will work it up. So I was able to push it through all the way in there. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to connect the wiring on the other end and we can simply pull it out. All right, so I'm just gonna put on the wire in there, and we can pull it on the other side. Okay, so all we need is to slowly pull it. I said slowly, right? So there you go. We have it here on this other end. And from here, basically, it will be very easy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put most of the wire on this side so that I can just tie it in here. As you see, I have a bunch of wire in there. That's for my front camera. So I'm just gonna pull this, okay, so that most of the wire will be on this side. Okay, so I believe that's it. So let me complete this install in here. All right, so now with the light, so as you see from here, this access hole in here is where we're gonna install this. So again, make sure that you hear the click, okay, and it's there. Again, very easy install, easy DIY. So if you want to purchase this, again, I'll put the link in the description below, and you can use my discount code FG7P to save 7%. So there you go, it's plugged in. We're just gonna do some cable management, and basically that's it. All right, so I already cleaned up everything, did the cable management. So again, just reverse the process and make sure that you use your cable ties. If you have some cable ties, just use them to make sure the install will be clean. And as you see here, there's nothing in there. So let me turn off this light and we will test them on both sides. All right, so for this one, you may not be able to see my stock because it's kind of dark. So let me just switch this to the driving lights. And as you see, the lights there in the bottom are on. Our dash lights are on, which we can turn off if we want to. So yeah, so both sides are on. Yeah, these are nice ambient lights for your RAV4. Again, very easy install. So if you want to purchase this, I'll put the link in the description below. You can use my discount code FG7P to save 7% off your purchase. And again, I hope you find this video helpful. Please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.